Relatively quiet this morning. However, as we head into Monday, we could run into some issues during our afternoon commute.
And this morning on DC News Now, no paycheck for TSA workers as the government shutdown continues now for about a month as busy spring break travel picks up. How people are rallying around these federal workers. And progress at the Potomac River, DC Water accomplishing a major milestone in the river cleanup. And get ready for St. Patrick's Day with some discounts or helping you stretch your dollar to get lucky.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hey there, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tosa Fakila. Your time, it is 7 o'clock. It's Sunday, March 15th. We're about halfway through the month and have experienced all the seasons, and things get interesting even more with our weather. We'll talk about that with Derek in just a few seconds. But first, let's show you what outside looks like right now. The skyline looking gorgeous. You can see Roslyn off in the distance. We're calling this the calm before the storm, because a storm's a brewing, people. If you don't believe me, take Derek's word for it. Our meteorologist joining us right now, Derek. Today, not bad. Tomorrow, we need to keep our eyes to the sky.
Almost a rinse and repeat day of yesterday. We may have more cloud cover, however, across the region. But tomorrow, yes, we are tracking a storm system, which could pack quite a bit of a punch. We're looking at, of course, a few weeks ago where we saw one storm system blow on through here and cause quite a dramatic drop in temperatures. However, I think this one's going to be a bit more widespread across the region and have a little bit more damage impacts across the area. All in all, things are relatively quiet this morning. Just a few clouds rolling in across the area. Things are relatively quiet and really not much to talk about. It's relatively nice outside. Temperatures are into the 30s as well as the 40s as we're taking a look at around the region. We're at 33 degrees this morning in going in towards Orange, moving at 36 degrees in Winchester and going to 42 in Hagerstown, 34 in Frederick, a pair of fours here in the nation's capital. All in all, as we're looking at for your day yesterday, we made it to a high of 61. We could get very close to that today unless the clouds roll in. As the clouds roll in, it may limit our impacts going up in towards the 60s. If we don't hit the 60s today, we'll get them in there tomorrow with temperatures nearing 70 out ahead of the storm coming into the region. But for today, relatively nice, a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. Temperatures getting up into the upper 50s and low to mid 60s across the area. Cooling down only into the 50s overnight before going up into the 70s for your Monday.
Hi, Derek. Thank you. We begin with the war in Iran. It is now entering the third week, and as anxiety grows around the world with surging oil prices and supply, President Trump is hoping U.S. allies send warships to secure the Strait of Hormuz and keep it open. Meantime, Iranian military says it will attack U.S.-linked energy infrastructures if their oil infrastructure is hit. Iran also giving evacuation orders to people living near multiple ports in the United Arab Emirates. News Nation's Robert Sherman has the latest from Tel Aviv.
Iran is presently trying to retake control of the escalations that we're seeing here in the region, giving evacuation orders for all civilians in the UAE near multiple oil depots and ports to clear out of the region, just hours after the United States carried out a massive strike on Karg Island, targeting military infrastructure that's there. The significance of Karg Island is that it is Iran's lifeline. It makes up about 90% of Iran's oil exports. So far, we have not seen American forces targeting the oil infrastructure there, but the president has left the door open to carrying out strikes and expanding them to oil infrastructure if the Strait of Hormuz remains largely closed and if the attacks on cargo ships transiting that highly critical corridor continue. We've seen in recent days as cargo ships carrying oil trying to get through have been hit by projectiles in the air, have been hit by drones on the water, and Iran's Revolutionary Guard, as well as their new supreme leader, has said they view this as their major pressure point and their ability to put pressure on the United States and possibly push them away from the fighting, and they intend to lean into it. Iran further has said if any more of their energy infrastructure is targeted, they're prepared to open up the map and target oil depots all over the Middle East. Back to you.
And the Department of Defense has identified the 6 members killed in a military aircraft crash in western Iraq. Officials say Major John Klinner, Captain Ariana Savino, Tech Sergeant Ashley Pruitt, Captain Seth Koval, Captain Curtis Angst, and Tech Sergeant Tyler Simmons were on the aircraft Thursday when it crashed. U.S. Central Command says the crash followed an unknown incident involving 2 aircrafts in friendly airspace. And Formula One says it's calling off Grand Prix races in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia because of the war. Both races were set to happen next month. Both countries have been struck by Iranian missiles in response to the U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran. And you can stay on top of the war in Iran and all the developments. Just search Iran on our website, dcnewsnow.com. At 7:05, we are about a month into the partial government shutdown, and TSA workers have now missed their first full paycheck. More agents are calling out sick, and TSA reports 300 workers have now quit, and airports across the country are now seeing long lines during the busy spring break travel season. The shutdown continues as bipartisan efforts to fund Homeland Security have stalled. Lawmakers can't seem to agree on reform for how ICE enforces immigration laws. In our next half hour, we're taking a look at how some people are stepping in to help these federal workers. As more schools take their spring break, families will travel over the next several weeks. If you're driving, you already know this. Gas is more expensive. AAA says the national average price is $3.57 a gallon. Flights to hotspot destinations, those are costing more, 2% more than last year, to be exact, averaging $850 for round-trip tickets. And cruises are seeing more action even during spring break. Nearly 22 million Americans have said will enjoy a trip on a cruise ship in 2026. Raw sewage once again flowing where it should be nearly 2 months after an underground sewer line collapsed. It sent hundreds of millions of gallons of raw sewage into the Potomac River. DC News Now Dave Laval reports on the latest update from DC Water.
Saturday became what DC Water called a milestone event. It took crews nearly 2 months, but the Potomac Interceptor has finally been repaired.
There it is.
Raw sewage flowing again through the broken section of pipe, much to the relief of DC Water.
This is progress for us.
The flow resumed after crews removed the gate that prevented the raw sewage from entering the damaged section. The collapse on January 19th sent hundreds of millions of gallons of wastewater into the Potomac River and the C&O Canal.
From day one, we started working around the clock to set up the bypass system. We had the bypass system initially set up within 5 days, and then within 21 days, with the help of an enhanced bypass system, we had all of the overflows fully contained.
The focus now turns to long-term rehabilitation of the area, including removal of contaminated soil, brush, debris, and taking care of the canal. Nam Fon of Burke, Virginia will wait.
It's definitely a bit convenient for us, but that's a pain we have to pay, willing to pay and suffer, so we can enjoy the rest of the season. You know.
DC Water says it will take a couple of weeks to get rid of the contaminated soil in the canal and revegetate the area. As for the smell, that may take a little longer.
Hopefully Mother Nature eventually take care of it.
The cleanup is expected to wrap up sometime this summer. In Cabin John, Maryland, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Thank you, Dave. And lawmakers in Maryland are trying to make child care more affordable for families. Prince George's County Council is pushing new plans for universal child care. The proposal includes offering $3,000 scholarships to help with affordability, and it also includes creating $500,000 loan programs to help child care centers stay open or expand, making centers more accessible.
Would not have been able to do this without this initiative for those who may aspire to be a child care provider and may not know where to start or where to get the money from. So this is something that we really truly need.
The proposal looks to pay for the programs by having certain businesses, including liquor stores and tobacco shops, pay a $5,000 fee. If it's approved, county leaders say some of these programs could get started next year. Some advocates are hoping D.C.'s Board of Elections have a different outcome next month on the group's ballot initiative to freeze rent in the city. The proposal by the group, More Affordable D.C., would freeze rent for 2 years and during high inflation periods. They want voters to get a chance to consider the ballot initiative in November, but they say the district's Board of Elections says the group did not meet all the requirements needed to become a ballot initiative, including what the plan would cost the city.
We're talking about what kind of burden does this put on the city. Actually, this will help the city because now people will actually have more disposable income that they can spend in other spaces. They may be able to go out to eat. They may be able to go to a place to buy goods and services, which will then lead to more tax revenue that the city can make.
The group says if changes are not made, D.C. could price out families who cannot keep up with the rent hikes as their salaries stay the same. Next time you ride Metro, you'll see new stickers hoping to spread kindness. The decals on the train floors remind passengers to offer priority seating to people who need it, including people with disabilities, seniors, pregnant women, and others who may have disabilities that are invisible. You can find those reserved priority seating next to the center doors of each rail car. All right, it's time to talk tech. We are learning more about how artificial intelligence is being used in schools from a Carnegie Mellon University professor. We're also learning what the pros and cons are in new studies.
Professor Bruce McLaren at Carnegie Mellon University has been tracking the ways that teachers have been adopting artificial intelligence in their classrooms.
Just to give an example, my own work, I develop learning games and study them in schools. And, I'm sort of using Gen AI in the context of a game. So it's not just for students to go directly to get answers, but rather it provides like a reflective component after they play portions of the game.
It has been a little more than 3 years since ChatGPT was released, and a new study from the Brookings Institution Center for Universal Education shared in January now points to feedback from interviews with K-12 students, parents, teachers in 50 countries. Among the pros and the cons, they say well-designed AI tools can offer students a number of learning benefits if done right. And the cons, they say, can be an over-reliance on AI tools and platforms, which can put students' learning capacities at risk. And while some have expressed those concerns about AI in the classroom, McLaren is remaining optimistic about the benefits.
There are lots of other ways that AI is being used. It's being used by teachers to help them, with lesson planning, to help them with, grading, things that give them the opportunity to spend more time on other tasks.
And in the study from the Brookings Institution Center for Universal Education, researchers recommending the following tips for parents, such as using AI tools that teach, not tell, and conducting research on what your kids are learning.
Would you say there's a limit to how much you would recommend that kids are using?
I have 2 sons that are now adults. And I can remember being strict about that as they were growing up, being careful that they weren't, doing too much screen time and so on. And I think parents need to continue to do that.